If you are needing DIY help on creating new looks in your hair, then stay tuned, because today we are bringing you my vertical roll and I'm doing two different finishes on the front. So if you can do a braid, we're going to do one with a braided finish, and if you can't, we're going to do one with a twisted finish. If your hair is finer, you will find that this style will work better on your hair if you do the twisted. Braided hair always makes the hair more compact. You can fan the braid out to make it look like it's thicker, but even if your hair's fine, if you've not got that much hair to begin with, it is quite difficult. There's another couple of things in the comments below. I've dropped all the products in there. There is another link through to a curling video if you need help with curling, and there is also a link through to our little Facebook private group, so if you want to come over and show me what you're struggling with and we can give you some advice. If you haven't already subscribed, then of course go subscribe, because we're going to be bringing you a ton more videos on DIY hairstyles and makeup. So obviously mine is a lot thicker and a lot coarser than maybe some of you guys at home, but regardless, this style will still work on medium length to a longer hair. Just to show you around the front first, we'll pop a smidge of hairspray. I'm going to stay in a side parting, and again, if you've got a fringe or if you've got a middle parting, you can swap this over to try it on a side if you want to, but it will still work draping it in the middle, so you can still do your two braids going around here. You can still do this twisted, and again, it works for the fringe. I'm using my Babyliss Pro. I love all the Babyliss Pro irons. This is the dialer heat one. It's got an arm, so it smooths the hair out and polishes. You can take a section from the front. Again, there's a video in the comments if you need help with curling, you want like a step-by-step. So I'm holding this out from the head, and I'm just going to use the heat off the iron. Oh, that was a bit too close. That's one reason why you've got to be careful when you look in the mirror. You look in the mirror, it throws you off, and it makes you, I'm just not concentrating. Anyway, if you do this, concentrate obviously so you're not burning your head. And then I'm going to take the iron and clamp that on and just take it quickly off. So I'm not going to create a ridge in the front with the arm of the iron that you don't want, because it doesn't look very attractive. If your hair is finer, leave your curl and don't touch it. And then if you think about where you wear a headband on your head, we're going to take this down, and I'm going to take it ever so slightly back behind the ear here. So I've taken a section there, and then going to twist. Pin that out of the way as well. I feel like I want these like right out of the way, because that's a little bit too in my face. Feels like I've got a beard. Move that. Right, so I'm going to pin all that front section right out of the way, and we're just going to work with this back. So I have read today that someone said backcombing went out in the 60s. Well, backcombing is still here, and I don't think backcombing is ever going anywhere. There are some ways you can do this, so you can do it with crimping underneath and leave the top section clear. But sometimes you can still see that, and personally I think it can still move. Backcombing won't move, and if you use a backcombing brush, it's nice and fluffy. We'll go in about 2 inches above the head, pushing it down, leaving the brush in the head, taking it back up, push, back up and push. I'm only doing 3. I've already got that volume, and it's very, very gentle. Now if I wanted to, I could bring my fingers through it, and that easily combs back out. It's not compact like it was done in the 60s. This is not a Bette Lynch hairstyle. This is not how they do backcombing anymore. Backcombing used to be done with a tiny, tiny tail comb, and was packed in, and they used to do it and smooth it out. Now if you take your kids to Disneyland and you take them to the pamper party, they still do the backcombing like that, and it's absolutely horrific. I would hate to have to get my 9-year-old's hair out. I must backcomb my hair nearly every day. And yes, I have a little bit of breakage, but that breakage is due to being extremely dark. There's a picture here if you want to see what it looked like before. And now I'm very, very light. So I am just going to whiz a little bit of backcombing, tiny bits, just through the back. What I'm doing is pinching where we've done the backcombing and working my way along, making sure that I'm not taking the back combing out, it's all going back. So then if you want to create more volume, it's quite easy to get that volume in because you've got that little bit of structure through your hair. Grips. I've got my hand on the section and it's along the bottom of my hairline. I'm using one finger, so I'm still gripping the hair. I'm using my finger, lifting this open, and then going to push that along that piece of hair. I'm keeping my hand on the end of this curvy grip, opening another one. I'm going to take it on the end of that curvy and I'm pushing it. So we're going to end up with like a zigzag pattern as we go along. So moving my fingers down again to where the end of the second pin is. Repeat. Put one in the opposite direction, which will just lock those pins all together. So opening the pin up, grabbing some hair from that side and making sure it catches the other pin on the other side. We're going to lift some of this out. So get this as high as you like it. You might find that your hair type might need a bit more back combing. For me, I feel that that's a little bit wobbly and like not structured enough, so I would probably put more back combing in there, but each to their own. I'm just going to pop a little bit of teasing through here, which is the equivalent really of being windswept. Hairspray through there. Take your hair together in one ponytail, tuck the ends away and roll it up. So you've got to let your hands be your eyes. Now I've got it rolled up, I am just going to get another curvy grip. So take another curvy grip, I'm taking it into the top of the roll, taking it up, and I'm pushing it sideways when it goes in. So this hair has been pinned down in that direction, and what we want to do is take it in the opposite direction so it grabs really well. So we're taking it again into the top of that twist, taking it to the side and pushing it in the sideways, and that will take the weight off the middle section. So now we want to put another one in the side. The side section, pushing this in. So if you cannot do braiding, or your hair is slightly finer and you feel like you're losing the braids and stuff, or you just basically want to go for a twist, then this is your version. So this part around the temples tends to sink a little bit, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of back combing through there. If this you want to drape, any other variations you want to see of any of these styles, pop in the comments, because I can always throw another video together that gives you some ideas. And please don't freak out about the back combing, because every single thing damages your hair these days. Drying it, going out into the elements, colouring, everything. And these are one-off hairstyles. It's not like you're going to be doing this hairstyle every single day of your life. Going to take part of this hair and we're going to twist following the shape of the head going down. I'm not taking it too tight to the head. I've left it with this gap, so we've got a little bit of a drag, so when we put it in, it'll have this nice fall. I'm going to pull some pieces around the front to keep it soft. You can go with or without soft pieces. I would usually go without, but a lot of people like them with, so let's go with. Out a little bit. So when you're pulling your sections out, if you follow it where you've got any lighter pieces where the sun's caught around the hair, around your face or anything like that, or if you've got it highlighted, pull on the pieces that have got a natural highlight, and then it will just add that little bit more definition, and you'll get that bit of texture through, and it'll look like it's naturally falling, very pretty. So I'm just pulling these out really, really gently. See that coming out there? A bit more spray. This is going to follow our drape on the back, coming up. So you can take this straight across the top if you like. But I find when you've done your hair yourself, you have this bit of a gap here. So if we drape it stuff the ends into my roll, so I've got no ends sticking out. I'm keeping hold of the ends here, taking a pin, I'm going to pin straight over the top of those ends. And then I'm going to take a section of the hair from underneath, weaving the hair grip into there, lifting it up and going over that pin so then that hides all that section. And then, well, we've got this little bit of a drape here. I'm just going to pinch that and take it up. It's a little hideaway in horns because we do not want any horns. So I'm just going to take my grip again and taking that into there. It's quite a messy style anyway, so when you do it on yourself it's always going to be a bit messier. So that is side one in. So we're going to create a little bit more height around here. I'm pulling around the temple. Apologies for the continuity, the camera stopped rolling and I did not film the braided section, so I am in a completely different outfit, completely unwashed hair, and I'm just having to throw this little bit in for you. But for those of you that can braid, take this into a 3-strand, you can take this into a 2 if you find that easier. We're always swishing from the hairline back. Leave any pieces out as you go along if you want more framing your face and a bit softer, so you could pull some of this fringe section out. And then I'm just going to pull mine slightly looser and pick up. So we're only picking up from the hairline. We're not picking up when we do this section. We're only picking up when we do this section. Just be mindful to keep your hands following the direction going towards your roll at the back. Oh, that piece is a bit small now. I have been rushing this a little bit because I didn't realise this bit wasn't filmed and I have no time. And then that is just going to follow to the back of the braid, and that is going to come around the back, go and stuff again into the back of your thing. If your hair's longer, you could take your braid and have it go right across the top of here, which would look quite nice as well. I mean, it's for a wedding, it's quite cute with flowers along your braid and things like that. I'm going to hairpin over the top of the braid again, like we did with the hairpin over the top of the braid, taking a piece of the bottom, pin that over the top to secure it in, pull your braid out a little bit to make that a bit thicker, and when you come up anywhere in front of the ear that's around the face, we're only pulling out on the very, very top to make that thicker. Then if this feels a little bit wobbly, or if you need to get a little bit more root lift in the top of it, so you want it to, if it's feeling a bit flat and you want it to look a little bit fuller, you're going to push the braid to where you want it, so you're pushing it forward or up. And then where the crisscross of your braid is, you're not opening your hair grip, taking your hairpin into that area, catching the hair and pushing down. So then this section of hair that we've used to braid will then connect with this, and that will help anchor it in. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which you prefer. Are you a twisted or are you braided? And let me know how you got on if you tried this out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. There's a few different variations out of that one.